Hello, my lovelies. It is the 2nd of October, and we're doing a auto writing with Princess Diana, Princess of Wales, relating to Charles and William's meeting. All right, let's see. She loves to draw the forget-me-nots. It was not an emergency meeting. It was something that had been scheduled in advance. This was a meeting between father and son, king and heir. They will not reveal what they spoke of, but clearly they spoke about things to do with family, that's personal family, things to do with business, forward-facing royal family business, things to do with future of the monarchy, things to do with health, that is Charles's health and Catherine's health, things to do with problems, ongoing problems of a personal nature, and also the state of the UK and the Commonwealth. There were lots of meandering conversations. So while they had things that they wanted to talk to each other about, there were also things that just came up during the course of chatting together. It's really important to note that these two do get on well. Charles is very proud of Will's. They do not always see eye to eye. They have very different perspectives. But Charles admires Will's forthright strength. They do not always agree, but they appreciate each other and they appreciate the different perspectives. Charles is listening more and more to Will's. He is also seeking advice from Will's. He doesn't always take it, but he finds it valuable. Not only as the perspective of somebody younger, but as the perspective of somebody who has a strong character and who values the royal family. Of course, one of the thorny topics was to do with Harry and that woman. They received no resolution on that topic, but they did have some very good conversations and spoke about multiple potential options. Charles is still very sentimental about Harry. That's Charles. Whereas Will's is fed up. And in a way, he is the stronger character. He has a heart of gold in some circumstances, but also weighed up between a steely strength. William has a very strong sense of duty. In fact, both men do, but they perceive it differently. Charles is still torn between his duty as a father and a king, whereas Wills can separate out his role as brother versus future king. Also, for Wills, it's very much to do with husband energy and father to his 2 children, or his 3 children. That makes him more protective of his family, of Catherine and his 3 children. He also feels some protection energy towards, and I spoke about 2 children. Those are the 2 children that are in Montecito. So Wills also feels some responsibility and protective energy towards them. Wouldn't be surprised if at some future date those 2 children became closer to Catherine and Wills, came into the fold, so to speak, perhaps mainly as family, not so much as working royals. So it wouldn't be surprising if the children became part of the larger family, but not as working royals. So what else did Charles and William speak about? They spoke a lot about health. Life expectancy, about not being around forever, about what sort of legacy Charles wants to leave, and how Wills can carry on that legacy. They spoke of the future of the monarchy, of Catherine and the 3 children. They spoke also of the future of Camilla. Camilla, of course, once Charles passes, will retire from the public life. She will retire from the Crown Estates. She will move to her own residence. Wills will look after her in the sense of making sure that she is taken care of, and he has made a promise to his father that he will make sure that Camilla is taken care of. This probably won't mean that Wills need to actually do anything to physically care for her, but he will keep an eye on her and make sure that she is well and she's looked after and she has everything that she needs. They also spoke about the future of the Wales children. Charlotte, Louis and George. They also spoke about future generations and how to avoid the problems that have plagued both Andrew and Harry being second in line to the throne, how to ensure that there are close bonds, not only between the parents and the children, but also with extended family. They also spoke about past mistakes and how to be better men and better leaders. Charles is very keen to ensure that mistakes are not repeated. Will's, although he's very different from his father, he has a lot of respect for his father, and he wants to ensure that he continues the legacy not only of the late Queen Elizabeth, but also of his father, the King. There was a lot of talk about legacy and the future of the monarchy and what a modern monarchy looks like. All in all, they did not come to any conclusions about Harry or Andrew. They agree that things can't go on like this. Will's is inclined to take more action, but Charles is still not well, and Charles is very tired. He wishes he was stronger, but he's just very, very tired, and he feels that at the moment taking no action is the best course of action. Of course, taking no action is in itself taking action. Deciding not to act is in itself a decision. Neither of them can see a good outcome. So neither see a good outcome as far as Harry or Andrew are concerned. They do still disagree on how to handle them, and they both agree that it's a very delicate situation and delicate balancing act. The other thing is that they've enjoyed each other's company very much. They enjoyed spending time together. They enjoyed exploring each other's perspectives, and especially Charles is especially proud of Will's, very proud, and particularly in contrast with the caricature that Harry has turned out to be. More will follow on another day. As always, sending love. And she's gone. All right, my lovely people, what do you think the King and William spoke about behind closed doors? There's very interesting revelations here from Diana, Princess of Wales. And yeah, I hope you have a fantastic day, and thank you very much for everybody for hyping and everybody who leaves a comment consistently. It just helps YouTube know that this is content that's valued and should be shown to other people. Really appreciate and love you all, and may the angels walk with you now and always.